All right, so today's agenda, it started a few days ago, but we are working on a side mirror. So I originally made these side mirrors a long time ago. So what you're looking at is basically, I don't know if you can see that. So we got Nomax in the middle of that, and then we're sandwiched with, I think, 4 layers of carbon on each side. So for those of you that are not familiar with Nomax, Nomax is basically a foam core. It is very thin, pretty strong, and then it makes up for the girth of the part. It kind of gives you an accelerated amount of layers of space, so to speak. But the resin soaks into it, makes it really, really strong. These are really, really strong. They've been dropped and stepped on, and it's a really strong part. So I basically created them, but I wasn't sure where they were going to go. I originally thought, I don't know if you can see the red mark here. I originally thought they were going to go here, but that didn't work out because obviously when you open the door, you got a problem. There was a collision. It worked on the passenger side, but that wasn't happening. So had to push them up here in the front. That's probably why it's originally, the door doesn't open this way on a Zonda, but they are originally up here in the front, close to the exit for the air and whatnot. So I had to go with that and figure out the contour of the edge going along with the fender, and then we had to figure out some bracketry. I've got elevator bolts on the other side going through. So what we're gonna do is, I had to form the angle of how the bracket and the inside sits. And so then once that's hardened, and I'm glad today is hot, but once it's hardened and everything is in place, then come back, take these out, countersink these into the fender itself, so that way the studs or the screws on the other side go to the bracket. I've got an aluminum bracket, much like this one on the other side, so it's really thick. It ain't going nowhere. So that way all I got to do is just make a slit on the fender itself. The overall mirror just slides in place, and then just bolt it to the elevator bolts. Wow, it's already tacky. It's pretty good. Bolts to the elevator bolts here, and we're good. Originally, I was gonna put actuators, or actually, I've gotten. I can't put my eyes on them. Yeah. Oh, I think I put them up. But anyway, I've got the modules that we're gonna spin them around and have them be out of the way, so to speak, when I got out of the car or whatever, at a car show. So that way, because when they were here, they were kind of sticking off the car a little bit. You can see how where it's got narrow right here. So they were sitting like, probably 5 inches off the car. This is the issue that the Wyra had. It was the last thing that they got past inspection with California, and that's the reason why when you buy the car, you get 2 different sets. I posted a couple of weeks ago where there was a set that was actually on eBay, and somebody wanted $94,000 for a set of side mirrors for a Wyra. Unbelievable. But anyway, you get 2 different sets because they're 2 different sizes because of the clearance issue. They stuck out too far. So I guess maybe the shorter ones are not as functional. I don't know how that shit works, but the thing is that's what the Wyra had in order to pass California specs. So in my situation, I am not that far off. I'm not sticking out no more than maybe an inch or so away from the fender. I'm functional sitting right here. The passenger side is the same way. And so for me to have to figure out a way to have this thing pivot and all that, unnecessary. I can do a fixed mirror. I'm good. So working on the driver's side today and getting the contour right. You guys can see how it'll work and flow and everything against the overall fender. That is what I am doing today. Also, got to jump up here to the snout. So got my camera up here. So my camera is 170 degrees, I think. So I'm getting a pretty wide angle. I can get a lot of the blind spot that you would have on a car. And in this car is 86.5 inches wide. To give you a reference, for some of you have been around a Aventador Liberty Walk kit. Not Liberty Walk. Is it a Liberty Walk? Let's see. Let me see. What's the other one? See, Liberty Walk is damn, I can't think of the other one. Maybe I might be right on the Liberty Walk. But anyway, the Aventador with a wide body kit. That's 87 inches wide. So I am about that wide with the rear deck of the car and whatnot. So I've measured this. I've even measured drive-throughs. I've measured parking stall widths, which I think is 96 inches or something crazy like that, just to make sure I could fit. So it's crucial. So visibility in a car this wide and this magnitude is huge. So we're gonna have a camera up here at the top. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it and make it all watertight, user-friendly to replace the camera if I have to replace the camera, things of that nature. So as you see, got my roofing material up here, got my contour in it. So I'll probably be glassing this in, but I'm trying to figure out my design and how I want to go about doing it. So that is the second, or plan B, for today. But first off is get my mirrors good. But this is kind of how it goes. I try to work on 2 different areas of the car at a time to have some contrast, get something to break so you're not getting tunnel vision and stuff like that, because it's very easy to do with something like this. Because I have, as you've seen in the pictures, I have worked all the way around the car, interior, exterior, underneath the car. I've done a lot. So now it's starting to come together. I kind of like it. I like picking up where I left off. That's just how I flow. A lot of people like to just complete one section at a time, then move on. I can't work like that. So it is what it is. So got the camera up here on the works, and then over here working with the mirror, and hopefully this is gonna cure. I'm probably gonna throw my heat gun on in a little bit. Got to shave my stud down here that's sticking out, and I get this all nice and clean. I'm real. Another thing I'm anal about is bolts. I don't have any screws, nuts, bolts, or anything like that over the body that's sticking out. This is the only thing which I got my punch releases for the rear deck. There's one here, and then there's one in the back right there for extra security. But other than that, there's nothing on the outside of the car. I shaved the door handles that are originally here on a SLC Superlight. They have the Mazda, I think it's out of a Mazda or Miata, I forget which one. Mazda Miata, right? That's up here at the top, so that's all filled in. And then I went with the C6 touch pads that are down here inside the door. So there's nothing external that are buttons or screws or anything like that. Even my hood release is hidden, but it's accessible. So that's where I am. So when it comes down to the side mirrors, I'm the same way. I want it to just slide in, no screws, can't see anything, can't see where it's coming from. I want everything to look like it's morphed into that spot, you know, like a Venom or something like that, you know what I mean? Creates its own side mirrors, creates whatever, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at it. I want everything to flow and just kind of look all inclusive, not modular. So that's today's agenda.